YouTube. What is up? What is up, guys? What is up? What is up? What is up? It has been a fucking minute, hasn't it? It has been a good while. And clearly, from the little recap video you guys got, I have been up to a lot, or was up to a lot. Now I did a lot of nothing at the end of the last year. But I'm back. I'm back with a video, and I'm back to tell you guys what is coming up, what is going to be happening, what happened. But before we do that, I'm going to go ahead and get started with a bowl from Full Circle Growers, which is where I worked at over the summer. And I can't wait to tell you guys that experience and what happened there, and where we are now and how it's all come full circle. So let me grab my bowl and I will be right back. Bowl is loaded. I have some dino juice from Full Circle Growers in there. I should have got some nug shots, but I didn't before I grinded it all up. And so I don't have any nug shots. They got good stuff. It looks good. It tastes good. It smokes good. It's great. I love it. So right now I'm gonna smoke some dino juice and then I'm gonna dive right in to where the fuck I have actually been. Cheers. Ah, that's just because I haven't cleaned my piece, honestly. I need to clean my bong. That's why I'm not doing any close-up shots. I'll get there. Right now, I'm an unemployed dude, so like even buying alcohol is like too much for me. So I'm not doing that shit right now. So bear with me while I get my life together. Speaking of getting life together, so let me tell you about my life and where it's at right now before I tell you where I was. Or no, I'll tell you where I went and then where I'm at now. So last year, I decided to get in the van and go. My grandparents gave me a van because I got into a car accident, and it totaled my car, and so my grandparents gave me this van. And I was working at Caddo, Oklahoma at Full Circle Growers, and I was living in Texana, Oklahoma, which is about an hour and a half, hour and 45. I still think it takes me about 2 hours to get there, but if you're driving really, really fast, which in the Swag and Wagon you can't, it takes about an hour and a half, hour, 45 minutes. So I was driving far. I was driving home. I was staying sometimes. A lot of times I would stay in near the grow, or I'd stay in a parking lot, or I'd stay at a park, or I would stay at a friend's house who had this amazing pond, and it was beautiful out there. So there was plenty of places for me to stay. And so I was van life in it. I was doing my thing. I was eating really good. I was eating breakfast, lunch, and dinner, just stuff that I could pack in the van. And it was a lot of like pork chops, a lot of veggies, a lot of sweet potatoes, a lot of the same shit, different day, but it was delicious because it was good for me. And it made me feel super energized to work in the grow because that's where I was working at. I was working there. I was going to do sales, but I got scared, I got anxious, and sales just seemed like too much because I had done sales in the past, and so I was like, this doesn't feel right on me to do sales here when I did sales there, and so I just decided that I was a chicken shit, and so I didn't end up doing sales, but I ended up doing a lot of stuff at the grow with them at the grow. We did a lot of defoliation, we did a lot of bucking, we did a lot of harvesting, we did a lot of potting and repotting and clones and all kinds of stuff. It was a great fucking experience, let me tell you. It was a fucking experience like no other. Something that I don't know, little old or not little old Ty, but younger Ty would have flipped my shit knowing that like this is what we're doing right now, because it's something that I've always talked about, like working in the industry and coming to Oklahoma to be in the industry, and so it's just crazy that that's where I ended up being. So I ended up working at the grow for a little bit, and by the way, I'm not a master grower by any means, but it was fun. I spent a lot of time with the plants. I spent a lot of time singing, maybe not dancing like they had suggested I do, but my back was hurting, so there was no dancing. There was a lot of stretching. Um, it was a fun fucking time. So as you can tell by the pictures, I had a ball. I hopefully I can get a vehicle soon and I can get back down there to help every now and then just because I like being there. So anytime you guys need help, if I can drive, I'm going to be there for you guys because it was a fun time. Thank you, Full Circles, for having me out there. Shortly after that, I was going to do marketing. I was about to take off again on my marketing. Or during that, I was about to take off on my marketing and I got offered a job at Doobie's in Boswell, Oklahoma, which is a little town. It's a no stoplight town. You blink, you'll miss it, but it's got some great people. So make sure you go check out Doobie's in Boswell, Oklahoma. I ended up landing a job there. He asked me to work, and I was like, of course. And so I started working there, and that was another experience that was unlike any other. And it was a fun time. It was a small town. It really brought me back to my roots after being in the city for a while and being at the grow, kind of just by myself. I was kind of doing my own thing. Had I was going doing this sobriety journey. I had made it 10 months so far when I was like there and stuff, and so I was doing that whole journey, and I was just kind of by myself, kind of a little bit further away from all my friends and stuff. And yeah, so it was different. And so going to Boswell was another just different experience, but in the best way possible. Like I ended up meeting some really cool people, some really inspiring people to do other things. Like Toke Time was inspired while I was there because I was going to do an event there, and hopefully, Brandon, you still want to do an event. I hope you watch this, and I hope you see that I still want to do an event out there. A little Toke Time event would be dope. And so I was inspired to do Toke Time. It was going to be this whole tour thing, but it didn't end up working out that way. And so right now it's just going to be at Uncle Terry's Bar in McAllister, Oklahoma, which is kind of where my hometown ish is. Like it's where like I really kicked off the whole Thai Tokes and the whole Toke Time and all of that stuff. And so I want to bring it back to McAllister and bring it back to the people that gave it to me. And so that's what I'm doing on March 14th, Uncle Terry's Bar Toke Time. And that was all inspired. Where just wrapping, circling back around to where I was going. It was all inspired because I was in Doobie's in Boswell. And that was a great experience. I ended up sleeping in a park out there. I ended up sleeping at the Walmart a couple times. I stayed at a dope pond out there. Um, it was a really good time. I had a really good time. I was very grateful. It's something that I had always dreamed of doing was being the van life hippie dude. So I just wanted to live the hippie life. I've always wanted to live the hippie life, the guy that is on the road, in the van, doing my thing, kayaking when I wanted, and that's what I did. I did a lot of that stuff. I did a lot of the stuff that I love to do. I did a lot of the stuff that made me happy, and it was a fun fucking time in my life. And then I fell in love last year. So the end of last year, I fell in love with Kate, and now that is who I am with. And you guys will see clippets of her and stuff like that as time goes on. Um, but she'll be a part of it along the journey because you guys are going to see kind of what we're building. Kate and I have decided to build onto the house that we have, and we're going to make it a homestead of some sort and make a farm of some sort eventually. And so that's what we're doing. Um, I'm anxious. I'm excited. I'm anxious because there's a lot of learning. I think last year what I learned the most is that I can learn a lot of things. Because as you guys seen, I learned how to work at the grow. I learned how to take out the alternator in my car. I learned how to take a blade off of the lawnmower, and there was a lot of other things that I learned, and there's a lot of things that I didn't get on camera. So this time I'm gonna document me learning. We're going to learn how to homestead. We're going to learn how to be a person who can fix things and build things because I don't know how to do those things. I just know how to paint, sort of. And so far that's kind of what I've done is I've kind of made my office space, and I'll show you guys eventually probably, but right now it's a little bit messy, so I'm not gonna show it off right now because there's cords everywhere. I've been learning how to use a soundboard. I've been learning new streaming softwares. I am streaming now, so make sure you're checking me out on TikTok, on Twitch. It's Ty Tokes everywhere, Instagram, Facebook. Um, yeah, I'm doing a little bit of everything. Had a notification. That's so rude of me. So I'm doing a little bit of everything right now, and I'm also now trying and helping, and we're filming for its roll time with Full Circle Growers and Andrea with Full Circle. So they're doing a lot of the sponsorship for that, and I get to help with the editing and get to help with the recording, and setting it all up. So it's a fun experience what I've got going on right now, and I want you guys to be a part of this journey because I didn't take you guys as well as I should have the last journey, because of some anxiety and some things that I was dealing with a little bit mentally. And now I'm clear. Now I'm better. I am doing a lot better. I took a big break. I'm sober again. No more relapses. And I'm doing the thing which is called being a better partner and a better friend and a better son and a better brother and all of the above. I'm doing all those things, and I'm ready to take you guys on the journey with me. I'm ready to show you what this looks like, what it looks like to start off at basically nothing and work your way up to something. And that is the goal, at least. I hope that I don't fail. I hope that you guys get to see me succeed. But part of the thing with me is I want to be authentic, and I want to show like the authentic side of like being an entrepreneur, being a person that has goals and ambitions and dreams, who wants to advocate for others, who has plans to help others. And I just want to show you guys what that looks like from the beginning to the end. So that way, I don't know, you guys can be a part of the journey. Like, I've always thought that YouTube was cool. I've always thought documenting things was cool. And I want to document this journey with you guys because I hope I inspire other people, honestly. I hope that I inspire other people. I hope that I inspire you guys to do the things that you want to do, the things that are scary, the things that may be a little uncomfortable, like hitting record on a camera and talking to it for a little bit and ending up making friends who you end up talking to through the camera. So, um, yeah, I want to encourage you guys to do art. The something that like I'm not very good at it, but I like to do it, and I want to encourage you guys to host events, start a YouTube channel, be a podcast editor, do the things that you love, do the things that excite you, do the things that interest you, and learn new stuff. Do stuff that expands your brain. And that's kind of just what I've been doing lately, and that's what I want to show you guys. And I think that's important for me to show because we're all trying to learn at the end of the day. We're all just living, and I'm gonna smoke a lot of fucking weed on top of it, just saying. But that's just because that's my medicine of choice. Besides, I've been on antidepressants and antipsychotics lately because sometimes the mental health is just crazy. And so I've been getting a little extra help. But yeah, there's gonna be a lot of cannabis. There's gonna be a lot of learning. There's gonna be a lot of going to events. There's gonna be a lot of stuff coming up. Like I didn't even get to mention it yet, but I went to Harvest Fest last year, and I didn't even put any pictures up there. But I went to Harvest Fest last year. It was a fun fucking time. It's in did I say it? I keep saying it wrong, but I think it's Spavinaw. No, it's Spavinaw. Spavinaw, Oklahoma. It's in Spavinaw, Oklahoma, which is just a little bit north of Tulsa. So, ugh, excuse me. So I'm looking forward to doing that again this year, and this year I am a camp counselor in training, which means that I'm training to be somebody that is, just somebody that you could call on while you're there. Like, hey, I need help. Like, I could be like, hey, I got you. Like, what do you need? You need water? You need assistance? Are you lost? Like, so I'm excited to do that. I'm excited to be a part of that this year. I'm excited to work it this year. I'm excited to set up camp and to have a dope ass campsite this year. And so it's just going to be a fun year. You guys are going to get to be a part of a lot of it. You're going to get to see it. It's going to be documented this time. So you guys are going to get to see like Oklahoma cannabis, like for real, like what it looks like from, I guess, my perspective. And I guess that starts this month. We're going to Tulsa to Randy K's. She's having a women empowerment. I need to look into exactly what it is, but I just know that it's on 2/2/2. So February 22nd on a Saturday. I'm going with Full Circle. I'm going to ride up there with them. And we're going to go to this women empowerment meeting, I think. And it's going to be a dope ass time. So we're going to kick it off with that. There's going to be a couple other things this year. There's Turf Float, there's Harvest Fest, there's High End Hills, there's Toke Time. Toke Time's March 14th. So there's going to be a lot of shit this year. And I'm excited to bring you guys along the journey. And I'm excited that you guys have been here thus far. And I know that it's been a while since I've posted. And I know that this is going to be completely different than what it was last time. But I think that's the cool part about life is I'm just growing, and you guys get to see how I grow. You guys get to be a part of it, and it's all there. It's all documented, and yeah, I'm excited to share this new side of me with you guys versus just product reviews and challenges. Like, there's gonna be some cool shit that happens. So be on the lookout for it. I am gonna call this the end of the video. I'm ready to cut it off, I guess, mainly because I keep thinking this is going off, but I don't know if it's going off. I think it's just dying. But I gotta go. I gotta do some dishes because I am a stay-at-home boyfriend now. So when I stay at home, I need to take care of the home. If I don't have anything to work on the computer, I don't have school today. I don't have any work today. There's no podcast to edit, so. Make sure you guys are checking out It's Roll Time on YouTube, on Spotify, Facebook. Eventually, we'll be on TikTok and Instagram. So just be on the lookout. Um, for now, though, look up Ty Tokes on Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube, and Spotify. So check me out. I'm a little bit of everywhere. I'm trying to grow my platforms. I'm trying to grow all my platforms this year. Um, and I'm just trying to grow this year, and I'm trying to help others grow. So let's grow together. It's gonna be a good year. 2025 is gonna be lit as fuck, and I'm excited as fuck to take you guys along the journey. So welcome back to Ty Tokes. Welcome back to Toke Time. Let's get it. Before we go though, a bong rip. It's only right to do a bong rip, right? Of course, my mic died right before I was gonna do a bong rip again. So let's do a bong rip before we go. Cheers, guys. All right, no mic. I hope the sound is okay enough to say that I love you guys, and I will see y'all later.